Since we've been welding today, I figured it'd be a good time to show you the difference between an expensive welder and a cheap welder. The welder I've been using is a Miller 250 Twin. It's over 30 years old, but the most important thing is if you look at the data plate, you'll see some information. For the instance, on this Miller 250 Twin, it tells you that the duty cycle, when you have it in high, that's what these two are for, are high, and these two are for the low setting, the range, which that's what this does, is adjust the range. Anyway, whenever you are in high range, you have a 30% duty cycle at 250 amps. When you're in low range, you have a 50% duty cycle at 200 amps. So, like right now, I was just welding at 100 amps, which you can see denoted here. You see, if you look at, we can see the amperage that we're running at denoted here if you look at this chart, because AC low is what we're in, and we're running about 90 amps. So like I said, we're probably at 100% duty cycle because we're running half the amperage that 50% duty cycle is denoted on the data plate here. So like I said, running at 100 amps, we're probably running at close to 100% duty cycle because according to the data plate, it's 50% duty cycle at twice the amperage we were just running at. Now, to show a comparison, this is my little Hobart stickmate. It's only a year old, but I don't like welding with it, quite simply because it's hard to strike an arc with, much harder than that big machine over there. If you look at the data plate on here, you will notice that this thing is only 20% duty cycle at 225 amps, which means that you can't weld near as much with this little Hobart as you can with that Miller over there. But like I said, what I like about it the most is it's much easier to strike an arc with that Miller than it is this Hobart. So, you know, that's something you need to pay attention to whenever you're buying a welder, is what the duty cycle of the welder is according to the data plate on it. That's very important.